is the most important question in the basketball world right now, besides who's going to win the finals. The most important question is Jokić the best player on the planet? Now, Slick, to remind the viewer at home, you're so credible in NBA circles that you actually get to vote on MVP.
Yes.
Not many people do. You know how many, off the top of your head, how many voters there are?
100.
100 voters, you are one of the 100. So we are talking to somebody who not only has inside information, but somebody who's incredibly credible in the space. Slick, is the Joker, and has he proven he's the best player on the planet?
I'm not going to complain if anybody says that they believe that he is, but the word that I'm hung up on is proved. Like, because that would suggest that he's proved it over this playoff run, that he is the best. And the problem I have is that it's absent of his competition. Are we giving Jokić best player on the planet because Giannis Antetokounmpo moved to Mars, or because he didn't get out of the first round? Because he, and look, if you want to say, hey, injuries don't matter, or injury is a factor, Giannis had a bad back. Joel Embiid was injured. Like, his competition isn't here to stand up. And again, if I look at the Denver Nuggets and their composition and what's happening and how Jokić is playing, I have to give credit to the fact that Aaron Gordon is big boying Gabe Vincent, and that Jamal Murray had 26 and 10, and he's got a better team around him, and the other competition is absent. So he's got a better team than the competition right now. It just feels like the scales are tilted, and it's really easy to say yes because he's playing the best of any player who's playing right now, right? But does that, and if you want to say that makes him the best, I'm okay. But I just, like, we're going to say he's the best, and then we get to next season, and Joel Embiid puts a 50 on him, and now we have to revise it. Well, what happened between now and then, other than he played the competition?
It's easy to say that he's the best, so I'll do what's easy in life. I'm going to go ahead and say, Shady, that he is the best player on the planet, and in large part because one of the best abilities, if not the best ability, is availability. True. So I credit Jokić for being healthy when my guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo, wasn't. Okay. I credit Jokić for being healthy when Joel Embiid wasn't. Now, Jokić does have a lot of help, but I will say Jokić makes that help look better than they would without him. So he does have Murray, he does have Gordon, he does have KCP, he does have MPJ. He has all of these pieces, but I think that Jokić makes those players look significantly better than they are without him. Furthermore, Embiid did have Harden drop 45, if I'm not mistaken, when he was out. Embiid had Harden drop 41 when he was present. So Embiid had his help. Now, I don't think Middleton helped Giannis as much as Middleton has in the past. This year, obviously, Middleton missed half of the season due to injury himself. But if you were present, I got to give you some credit for being there. I got to give you credit for being available. I got to give you credit for being in shape. I got to give you credit for being healthy. Jokić is healthy, he's present, he's available, and he balls every single night. Furthermore, I can't really find too many flaws in his game. I think Embiid has leadership flaws. I think Embiid has cardio and conditioning flaws. I think Giannis has shooting flaws, particularly from the free throw line. But Jokić, when I look at his flaws, I can't find too many of them. Based on aesthetics, I want to say he's not in shape, but he don't ever get tired. So in my mind, Jokić has proven, and if he does win the finals, because he still got to do that. He win the finals, proven the best player on the planet.
What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? Jokić is the best player walking right now. I mean, and this guy is a two-time MVP, back-to-back, for a reason. You know what's funny? We criticize him so much. Why is he getting MVP again? He's stat padding. He's doing the same thing he did. Them 2 years, he's doing the same thing in the playoffs, in the finals. He's averaging a triple-double. Yeah, how is he not the best? Right? Like, I know your guy. I know. The Greek Freak, he's a great player. Joel Embiid, one of my favorites. I'm biased. But can we keep it real?
Keep it real.
Let this dude stats. First of all, this whole playoff series and all that, all these teams, he's shooting the second best from three. He's a center behind Booker. That's it. At 48%. He's shooting 54% from the field. He leads all the playoffs. He's averaging 11 assists. He leads the playoffs in that category as a center. And he's leading in rebounds at 13 a game. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what we talking about.
Is he a better defensive player than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
He's affecting the game better than everybody.
Is he a better defensive player than Joel Embiid?
I'm going to say no, defense-wise, no.
Okay.
No. But
that's part of the game.
You know what it is, though? That's cool. That's cool, and I get what you're saying. But when it comes to affecting the game, there's times when Steph Curry wasn't the best defender. He affected the game so much that they made him the top player in the league. Jokić, when I watch him, it's like, and I'm being honest, I think it's because he doesn't look sexy, right? We want to crown the guy that looks the best. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, you know what I mean? The Greek freak, it looks sexier. It don't look sexy with him. He gonna wobble down that court, bang. He gonna hit you with the no-look pass. Like
I don't know,
he's
man.
balling,
Some
bro.
of his passes are pretty.
I'm keeping it real, and I don't want to keep talking too much about him because I really love and I get excited when I see great players.
Yeah, he's great.
But the thing he's doing right now, he's dominating. And the one thing that we criticize him for is not getting done in the playoffs, and he has all them role players looking so good.
He does.
I've never seen him look this good. Real quick, Joe, before you go, because you talked about the role players. Like, Jamal Murray's looking good. He
Looking elite.
I've never seen him look this good.
Elite.
Michael Porter Jr., I've never seen him look this good.
Aaron Gordon.
KCP, Aaron Gordon. He looked this good to you? Pause, he looked, no. And the big reason is number 15 for Denver.
Yeah, I don't care about who anybody's playing with. Giannis won winning before he got guys there. LeBron has not won by himself. Jordan didn't even win by himself.
That's true.
Kobe didn't win by himself.
There you go.
It's a team game. So, yeah, you better have some players around you, and role players are going to have to step up like they have on every single championship run that has ever happened in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Because it's a team game. When we're talking about the best player on the planet, it's Jokic. It's just Jokic. To me, and it's splitting hairs, really. Like, if you want to say Giannis, cool. To me, it's been Giannis, KD, or Jokic for a while now. And I love Embiid, and he was the MVP this year, but I mean, come on. Embiid can't get past the second round of the playoffs. Embiid can't stay healthy. Embiid is not on Jokic's level. He's not the best player on the planet. You can be the MVP and not be the best player on the planet. We can go down a whole long list of MVPs that were not the best player on the planet when they won the regular season MVP. Jokic affects the game in ways that we've never seen before. People always want to try and find a comp for him. There is no comp for him. He's like this. He rebounds like this. He shoots like this. He's not aesthetically what we want. We want it to look different. We want him to be a different aesthetic, and it's frustrating. He looks like he's not in shape. That man will run circles around everybody at this table.
That is very true.
He does it every single night. He's never tired. He's strong. His passes are elite. He's an elite passer. He can shoot from the three. He's 500 feet tall. I just don't know what else we would want. What else? If you were like,
we want some more slam dunks.
No.
We want some slam dunks.
Player, like,
we want.
what else could you ask for when it comes to what he can do on the court?
But this is my whole point. Like, Jokic can't. He can't prove it right now because he's not up against the competition. He's doing.
Did they miss the plane?
They
got the tummy flu. They got knocked out.
He is doing everything that he possibly can to prove that he's the best player in the league. But Doc Rivers versus Michael Malone, who has the better coach? Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and you can say that offensively he makes them better, but defensively they cover for him. So when I look at what Giannis Antetokounmpo does at both ends of the floor to make everybody better at both ends of the floor, I just can't discount that.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, because like I said this before to you about like, man, he don't really play great defense. Until you really watch him, I don't see nobody just killing him. I asked you, I said, yo, hold on. Time out.
What, did Bam Adebayo not have a great game?
I don't see Bam doing that again like that. Because I haven't seen Bam score like that.
But he did it.
But let me ask you a question, though. Remember I said, why they don't put Jokic in more pick and rolls? What you tell me?
Because he's better than I thought, than you think. I'm not disputing that. But we're talking about the best.
Let me see if I can help myself.
By the way,
understand.
can I just say?
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm you right now. I'm fighting the entire
But like,
deck.
if you want to say Giannis, if you want to say Giannis, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, what? But like, we're talking about the best player on the planet individually. I don't care about who's playing on side of this. Like, that's about championship runs and all that. That's fine. What Jokic is the best player on the planet, and and keep in mind, it's not like he had like a down year this year.
Right.
That's why he didn't win his third straight MVP. He won MVP, and almost won again this year.
Let me see if I can help you, help me, help the viewer.
Thank you.
Nobody in my mind, at least, really was saying KD was the best player on the planet until 2017, 2018.
Right.
And they said that because he beat LeBron James head-to-head.
Right.
Nobody was saying Giannis was the best player on the planet, even after he won his MVP, until he won the title. But remember what he had to do when he won the title. He beat Kevin Durant head-to-head in round to winning the title.
Who
everybody was saying at the time was the best player on the planet. So, though I don't agree with your argument, I do understand you saying Jokić has to beat those who people are calling the best player in the planet to become the best player in the planet.
Thank you.
Because to your point, Kevin Durant was not crowned best player in the planet until he beat LeBron.
Right.
Giannis wasn't crowned best player in the planet until he beat KD. So I hear what you are saying, if that is what you are saying.
Yeah.
Even though I do not agree, I can understand the logic because it has historically tracked.
It's impressive that he beat Anthony Davis and LeBron James, although this is not the LeBron James that we're used to. It's and KD,
and
right?
Booker. Yeah, only Booker out.
It's impressive that he's doing what he did and is doing against Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. But those aren't the guys that he's in competition with for that mantle.
So then what does that say about those guys?
So you blaming you blaming him for who's?
I'm not blaming him for
But
anything.
I'm saying, like, you're not giving him that credit because of the team he's playing against? Is that what it is? I'm lost.
It's a combination of that and the team that he has around him, and to separate.
say this, hold on.
Look, Luka Doncic, and is there anything that our guy is doing that Luka Doncic couldn't do, that Jokic is doing? Is there anything that Luka Doncic can't do?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Get to the
Doncic does.
Yeah, get to the finals.
Okay, but you need the vehicle to get to the finals.
Hold on. This is my thing, though. The guy got 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost won his 3rd MVP. And to put the bow on this big gift he got.
Yep.
He's about to win a championship.
Yeah.
Well, not yet. But.
How does that not like give you the edge of this is my time?
Let's translate.
This is my league.
I could get it though, because Shady, let's move it in.
Crazy.
Let's pivot it into another lane. If you are in combat for best running back in the league,
Okay.
but the person you're in combat with is hurt, I could understand somebody saying, well, we ain't see him become the best running back in the league because the other running back.
If the running back goes out and gets 2 rushing titles, all pro, first teams, right? MVP of the league. I'm tripping. MVP of the league twice. And then the next year go and get a championship? I can't even argue with you. What are we arguing about? Can we argue about anything? What can we argue about? I'm being serious. If I go out there and get 2 MVPs, right?
Yeah.
And then the next year I go get a championship.
While being in the MVP conversation again that year.
And I'm the best player in the whole playoffs. What are we talking about?
The only person who has that resume in the last 4 years is Giannis. So Giannis would then be your
He
argument.
lost in the first
Giannis has
round.
1 MVP.
No, Giannis has 2.
I'm 1 championship. I'm sorry.
Correct. So Jokic, if Jokic wins a championship, the only person who could be in that argument, I can't argue Giannis because he got hurt. So that is where you are. That's where you're planning.
No.
I'm just going back
He
to-
did play. Can we stop that? He's hurt, but he did play.
So I'm saying I can't argue Giannis because to me,
crazy.
getting hurt matters. Like Giannis is disqualified. Like I can't say Giannis is better than Jokic right now because being available counts.
I'm also separating most successful from best. If we're talking best individual player, again, this is why we had the whole debate with Giannis and Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic during the course of the season for MVP, and why we questioned Jokic's MVPs prior to this. I feel like he's validated that he can get meaningful triple doubles, right? Not just triple doubles, but meaningful triple doubles. And I know that this is 99% of the people out there agree with you guys in terms of what are you talking about? Nikola Jokic is on his way to winning a championship. He's been the best performer in the playoffs. He's a 2-time MVP. How can you not say he's the best player on the planet? And I'm just saying that the other guys are not getting the opportunity to demonstrate at this time. So I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment.
They didn't miss a plane. They didn't forget
no, but
their
they both got hurt. And I would argue that they are playing with lesser teams. So the fact that Jokic has advanced, do I give him all the credit?
Wait, quick question, and I'm done with this topic. Who's playing better than Jokic
Right now? Nobody.
Oh, okay.
He's the best player. He's the best player in the playoffs.
Because my answer, I will say.
Does Jokic have an All-Star?
Was he an All-Star?
Does Jokic have an All-Star who's a teammate?
Oof.
Oh, well, that's the voters.
Oh, now it's the voters.
What do you mean? You think Jamal Murray hasn't played like an All-Star?
Now? Why? Because he's playing alongside Jokic.
Wait,
Jamal Murray's a good player, but...
Last question. I keep saying that.
All right. No.
In the last 3 years, hurt or not hurt, the last 3 years, who's been the best player in the NBA? Because I want to make sure I'm not tripping.
What's that?
Last
In the
year,
last 3 years, who has been the best player in the NBA?
it would be a combination.
No, let him go.
I
Let
don't think
him.
it's been one player.
Who?
I don't think it's been one player.
Well, tell me some of the guys.
Giannis is one of them. Joel Embiid was this past year.
Bro.
Kevin Durant has been.
The best player the last 3 years, though, is Jokic.
But you know
Isn't
what?
that-
I don't know that you would have said that a year ago.
Yo,
But we're not talking about a year ago. We're talking about right now.
No.
Is our, let me ask this, though. Is our answer predicated upon our belief that Jokic will go on to win a title?
No, because I don't think they're going to win a championship. I don't think no matter what, I can still say he's still the best player on the planet right now.
See, if the Nuggets lose, Shady, to the 8-seeded Heat, that would make my answer. That would shake the foundation
What if
of my
Jokic
answer.
is excellent in every single game and all his teammates do some
And
weird
that's
stuff?
that's a great point. If you are excellent, I think the mark of excellence is making everybody around you too excellent. So I think what makes Jokic the best player in the league for me is, to your point of where there are other all-stars, there are none. What made Giannis the best player in the league for me was Drew Holiday was nobody as it pertains to all-stars before he showed up.
Thank you.
And when Giannis started winning, look it up.
True.
I'm not making this up. Look it up.
So
What'd they get him for then?
So what makes a player the best in the world? Let me ask that question.
Individual dominance and making everybody around him better. What LeBron James was doing.
No, he does that better than anybody.
Agreed. So all I'm saying is, for me, he has to win the title. If he loses to an 8 seed, then that would shake my
Okay, you answer it. What makes a player the best
8
in the
seed
world?
that beat the Bucks and Giannis, the Knicks, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the Celtics, who were in the finals last year.
I would
You can
add.
call him an 8 seed, but like.
Well, I mean,
I would add.
All right, here we
you
go.
have to.
Here we go.
I would say they are-
You know what?
they are
It's
AC.
a blessing that he have been allowed to participate in this nice tournament. It was really cute. Do we get like little ribbons or something for being allowed to go to Denver? It's like a special invitation.
Joy, come on, Joy.
I
was
you know
with
what,
you.
Miami?
I was with you for 3
It's great
rounds.
to be able to get
Joy.
out of the humidity.
Joy.
They just wanted to let us out of the humidity a little bit, you know, just see some mountains.
The
Answer that question,
facetious
Slick, before we
joy
leave.
is not my favorite joy.
It's
Before we leave, answer the
ridiculous,
question, Slick.
though.
Okay. What?
Before we leave, answer the question.
What?
What makes a player the best in the planet? What makes him that?
If he
need to
can
know.
impact the game at both ends of the floor better than anybody else.
What?
If that's his answer.
I'm done with it. Okay.
Are you
cool.
Is actually you done with it?
What is
Cool.
yours?
Said that
What
three
is
times.
yours?
Steph Curry ever-
What is yours?
Was Steph Curry ever the
What
best on the
is
planet?
yours?
Shady
What
got
is
another
yours?
question
Was
about
Steph
that.
Curry was never.
What is yours?
Was
We have
Steph Curry was,
commercials.
Steph was never the undisputed best player on the
He was never.
he never had a period where he was running things.
He was never undisputed the best player.
Thank you.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.